Good morning from the Great Smokies. We were on our way to the Newfound Gap to do Charlie's Bay walk, but we did check out the weather last night and saw that it was going to be raining today, so we thought we'd start on our way, see what was happening. And yes, it is just starting to rain. We've still got another 17 miles of driving up the mountain ahead of us, and the rain is only going to get worse. So we have made a decision to pull over. Brett's making a coffee and to come up with a new plan for the day. But isn't this just gorgeous? This is just along the drive. They have lots of pullovers. There's a couple walks actually here. And just an absolute beautiful spot for our morning coffee. Now there is a bit of a thing in our van and John. I make dinner every night and Brett's on coffee duty every morning. So while I'm waiting for Brett to make the morning coffee, I might as well go over the last couple of days what we actually did. So it all started back when we left Missouri 10 days ago, and in the last 10 days we have covered a bit of ground actually. I'll grab a map because that'll be much easier. So we do carry a road map with us in the van. It's something I got told years ago, doesn't matter what country you travel to, you should always have a paper map. You don't always have cell service, and in saying that, I'd say these maps have helped us out. Many years ago in Italy, in Venice, just outside of Venice, we were just getting lost with our GPS, and at least with the map you could see little towns to get to where next to. And where next to for us was Arkansas. So we headed down to Arkansas, but on the way to the hot springs we decided to stop at Mount Nebo State Park. We'd read they had some really good walks there, so we just hopped out and did the Rim walk, which was absolutely beautiful. The view just over Arkansas, just seeing all their forest is just amazing. So so that was a good stretch of the legs for a good hour or so before we continued on to the hot springs. Arriving at the Hot Springs National Park, it's a very little town, probably smaller than what we actually realised, but we still spent 2 days here and just checked out the bathhouses along Bathhouse Row, which is the national park, and of course the one bathhouse that has a craft brewery in it, the Superior, had a couple beers there too, so that was all good. And then we actually spent some time on the Greenway walking along that, following some of the art and the railway lines, and that was beautiful. We then headed to the Mississippi just to break up some of our travel, and we stayed at a Harvest Host that had just beautiful chickens, geese, beautiful little piglets that had just been born a week ago, and belted Galloway. So we were lucky enough staying here that they sold some of their produce, so we got some beautiful farm fresh eggs and some fantastic belted Galloway mince and brat sausages. Next day we had a bit of a drive ahead of us. We were heading up to Mammoth Caves National Park, another national park to tick off. When we got there it was a beautiful afternoon, so we decided to go for a bit of a walk and take on most of their trails that they had. We set up camp for the night, went and got some firewood so we could have our s'mores as usual, and the next morning we were doing the Mammoth Caves tour. It's the only way to get inside this cave is to do a tour, so that's what we did. Yes, we are in Mammoth Cave. Yes, it is dark.
Very. Tight as a tiger. Holy snappers. Little. Reach doesn't even have to bend.
This tour was absolutely 100% worth every cent that it cost us. The tour guide was very informative, but the most amazing thing was to find out that they've been taking tours here since 1812. Then we hopped in our car and it was a day of caves really, because we were off to Rogers, Kentucky, to the Underground Gorge for another cave tour. This time, this one had a little bit of a twist to it. We were actually kayaking through it. It was once upon a time a limestone cave that they'd dig all the limestone out, but later in the years the water started seeping through the ceiling of the cave and hence it filled up with water. The most beautiful clear water you can see. It was a magical tour. We had Drew on the paddleboard and Ray was the other tour guide on the kayak. They were very knowledgeable, gave us so much information, and we just had a great tour with them both. And yes, just in front of our kayak is a rainbow trout. No, they didn't find their way in here. Ray told us that the owner of the cave decided to buy some rainbow trout that were for sale and pop them in here, and they seem to do quite well. They are big and they are fat. After our tour and a good night's sleep, we started making our way down to Chattanooga. On the way, we come through a little town named Corbin, which is the home to Kentucky Fried Chicken, where it all started with the Colonel. So it was actually really good to learn all about it. The museum is actually part of the restaurant. After we had our little bit of a KFC snack, we carried on to Chattanooga and had one more stop on the way, which was going to be a beautiful walk to the waterfall. But this happened.
To get the heart racing a little bit, Rachel walked straight over the top of this fella. Not sure what it was. I yelled, "Ooh, snake!" She squealed. The snake slithered, and now he's blocking the path. There's Rachel and Mr. Snake, and I'm this side, so I just have to wait a little bit and hopefully he buggers off.
So when he did decide to bugger off, as Brett liked to put it, off the track or off the path, he actually decided to walk directly towards me. Well, it's not really walking, is it? It's slithering directly towards me. But slowly but surely, he did get off the track. And we have decided that we think he's what they call a garter snake. Completely harmless, but was very scary for me, especially since I didn't see him. I left Brett in charge of being in front and being the snake sighter from that moment on. We got to Chattanooga, another cave tour. So here we are in Chattanooga. We're about to go on the Tennessee River Park trail. I think we're looking at 35 kilometres out, 35 kilometres back. Today it's about 20 degrees now in the morning at about, it's time, 8:30, and it's going to hit about, morning, it's going to hit about 30 degrees today. Righty-ho, off we go. What an amazing trail. Mostly so far what we've been on, we've done about 4 miles and it's all been boardwalked, so just beautiful. Not sure if you can see it, but the river is right next to us. Absolutely gorgeous. What a magic ride. Hardly anyone on the track. I think Brett said, what did they say about it? It's a hidden gem of Chattanooga.
Yeah.
That hardly anyone knows about. It is gorgeous. Simple. Brett's saying simple, but I don't know how many miles in.
It's all been downhill.
It's all been downhill. Not the way we like it, because that means it's all uphill on our way back. And we're back. What an awesome ride. Very, very cool. So now just put the bikes back in the back. As you can see, there's my paddleboard my life jackets, because by law you have to wear life jackets in most of the states here if you have a flotation device of any sort. So we have got those as well. Welcome to a Bucky's. Oh my god, I've heard about this. A Bucky's is like a service station on steroids, really. This is the largest one here in Tennessee. It's 74,000 square feet. It has about 120 gas pumps and 71 toilets, and inside the grocery store is so big that you actually have baskets as well as trolleys. So come with me and take a look. Caught ya! What are you eating? Beaver nuggets.
Beaver nuggets.
Beaver nuggets. And we got some of those ones. Honey glaze, pecans. Oh, Brett hasn't opened those. Oh yes he has. Yes he has. He's opened those as well. And that leads us back to the Great Smoky Mountains. So that was just a highlight of about 10 days that we spent. So now we have decided that we will spend our day just doing little walks and make plans for tomorrow while we're here in the national park. It's a little bit rainy, Brett.
A little bit.
I always like coming into the information centres. So here we are at the Smokies Information Centre, just to get a little bit of information, to get a map, of course, just to talk to the rangers, check a few things out. Sometimes there's road closures, all sorts of things, or they know what the weather's coming in. Fantastic. So if you want to go off the beaten track, you take a look at these ones. They've got all these here. This one is to take a hike, and this one is the sightseeing by car. Now I do know this Cades Cove Loop Road, that gets shut on a Wednesday from May, 1st of May through to September, that no cars can actually be on it and you can cycle on it. So that's quite cool. We are looking at the hiking in the park, and because we can't do the big hike today, we are thinking we're going to do the Deep Creek waterfall loop. So it's 3 waterfalls. It's about 2.4 miles long. Nice and quick little walk. It looks like it would be quite beautiful. This is the one about the Appalachian Trail. So the Appalachian Trail is, I think it's 2,000, anyhow, it's over 2,000 miles long. It starts in Georgia, runs from Georgia to Maine, so you can either start in Maine or Georgia, whichever way you want to go. But the highest point is actually here in the Smoky Mountain Park. So that is why tomorrow we want to start here and hop on the Appalachian Trail to Charlie's Bunyan. So we can say we've done some of the Appalachian Trail. Thanks to Andy. This is his umbrella from Dunedin. We are out walking in the rain. It's not very big for 2 people, but it's not raining that much at the moment. So we are just doing the little walk behind the information centre of the farm buildings. Come out on the Blue Ridge to do the drive. The rain has settled. It is very, very cool. So it's going to be a beautiful drive, and just to stop at the stopovers and see if we can get some nice views with the Smoky Mountains. Where are you going? What a gorgeous view. So we're up here at the Thomas Divide, and we've actually come above the cloud now. We drove through it all and now we're above it. We are here in spring, and so we've probably just missed the rhododendrons. They've probably just flowered, I'm thinking, all along the side of the drive over there. Those are all rhodos. So that would have been beautiful. I don't think it matters what time of the year you come, it is absolutely gorgeous. Onwards and upwards on the Blue Ridge. A lot of overlooks. Oh, music's probably a bit loud. Here's a lot of overlooks, so we're choosing some to stop at and some to do the what we like to call the beep beep tour. We pop in, have a look out. And this is our camp for the night that we're going to set ourselves up in. This is in the National Park, one of the campgrounds, and this one's called Smoke Mount. It's $30 for the night. We just thought this way in the morning we're going to get up about 5:30 and want to be left by about 6:30. Time we have a coffee and get ourselves ready. It's about a 20-minute drive to Newfound Gap to start our walk to Charlie's Bunyan. So yeah, we thought this is a good place to set up for the night, grab some water tonight, and we can get away early like I said. Brett makes the coffee, so I cook the dinner. So have you turned the water off? Yes. So tonight, Jeremy, for dinner we are having store-bought pasta that I get from Costco with spinach, capsicum, mushrooms, and this little pearler I brought the other day called a truffle, parmesan and black garlic seasoning. So we'll give that a go. So yeah, let's see how this ends up. Well, Brett sits there, does a little bit of research, reads his news, bets on a few horses, and drinks his beer. Oh yeah, that's plays the dookie. That's the other thing. He is very lucky that because I am using up, as you can see, the whole entire kitchen is pretty much what I'm using up. I'm the only one that can fit into the fridge while I'm standing here, so he does get service of beer every night. Tip, when we actually brought stuff for the van, I made sure we only own one pot. We own 2 frying pans, a big one like this and a little one, but I made sure the pot, I spent a little bit more money on it and got one that had little drainage holes, or a sieve as such, so that way I don't need a sieving pot or bowl in here as well, since we've got very little room. So just little things like that makes a world of difference. So voila, that is Brett's vegetarian, oopsie, meal with the new truffle, parmesan and black garlic. There's one more thing with our van life is, as I said this morning, Brett makes a coffee every morning. I get in the beers because I'm by the fridge. I cook his meal. The best part is Brett does the dishes. Whoa. Good morning from the Great Smokies. This is our second attempt at the Charlie's Bunyan. So we're just driving on up now. Beautiful, as you can see, even in the light in all those trees here is just gorgeous. Quite excited to say that we are going to walk some of the Appalachian Trail. I don't actually know a lot about it, but I do know a lot of people do it, and it takes a long time. Do I have a desire to do it, Brett?
No, thankfully.
Not at this stage, but that's never a given that it doesn't happen. But no, it'd be nice to do a little bit of it today. Brett's just gone to get our tag, parking tag. This is it here. And that just goes up on our dash.
Yep, expires at midnight tonight.
There you go. And yes, we have our beer-proof rubbish bins all up here, because there are a lot of black bears in this mountain, but I'm hoping not to see any today. We're doing the stretches for our, what do we got? 4-hour hike. And away we go.
You're crazy. Vertically challenged.
See ya. Just gorgeous again. So yeah, We are, what are we, 45 minutes in, about 3 kilometres, and got to another little signpost.
Would be, looking at that, not quite half, would be probably 40%.
Okay, so this is all trails that we use. We just have the map up so we can follow along. So the little blue's us, and we just follow along on the green, which works perfectly. Even though there is lots of signage, it is always nice just to have that little bit of reassurance with the All Trails map.
Getting well up the Appalachian Trail towards Charlie's Bunyan. We've now hit the mist. We'll call it smoke. Great Smokies.
I have got cold. We decided it's more like 3 to 4 degrees up here now. I spend most of my time talking because we are in bear country. Black bear. I can't remember, like 1,600 black bears are in the Smoky Mountains. So they tend to run away if they hear noise.
She has not shut up for the last 20 minutes. It's been constant verbal diarrhea just to scare bears.
Lucky I'm good at it.
Very.
So this is one of the shelters along the way over the Appalachian Trail. Brett's just going to pull that back, I think, so we can see inside. Oh, there we go. How amazing is that? There's a bit of a warning here about food odours attract the bees. Here's a little bit of knowledge for you. Here, if you can see, there's some hooks down here and wires hanging down from the tree. This is a food hanger to keep your food away from the bees. Pop your bag of food on your hook, and then you pull it up on the pulley system, and then the bear can't get it. That is awesome.
Like little hints here and there, thinking maybe one day. But
yeah, it's awesome.
You're getting us fresh back on the trail.
Yeah. Okay, take a photo.
Oh,
That is so cool.
It was raining hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Here we are. So you need to use your imagination here a little bit. All these plants along here are rhododendrons. Nice. This is the 1st of May today that we're walking through this. So we're a little bit early because we're so high. The rhodos haven't flowered quite yet, but they are not far away. I can see them budding up there, and it would look gorgeous. So yeah, use your imagination and you can see pretty flowers. And there's Brett. Woohoo! Made it to the top of Charlie's Bunyan. Wow, look at that. Hey, if you've come along, you have come along to Brett and Rachel's little YouTube channel that is just done for friends and family, so they can follow along and see what we're doing. Pretty muchly, I'm Rach, short for Rachel, and that's Brett. Give us a wave without falling off the rock. So he's in Charlie's Bunyan in the Great Smokies, as you can see, National Park. Absolutely beautiful. So just a quick little update, I suppose. We came here in 2020 to the USA, took on a 3-month contract working for a New Zealand farming firm company. Had farms in New Zealand and the South Island, farms in Missouri, farms in Oregon, and yeah, like I said, we took on the 3-month contract to give it a go and loved it so much, and the people, the country. We continued to take on short contracts over 2020, 2021 and 2022, coming and going back to New Zealand and back to here. We then decided in 2023 to buy a van. We lovingly named our van John Van Jovi. It's a Pro Ram Master. No, I always get that wrong.
Ram Pro Master.
Thank you. And it's a right little pearler. It is awesome for us anyhow. So we spent the year last year travelling around the USA. I took videos and stuff and just chucked it on Instagram or back to my family and friends on WhatsApp. So this year, 2024, we've come back again for another 8 months, and this time decided to try and do a few little videos so you can get to see, not that there's much view out there at the moment, what we actually do and how we do it with the van throughout America. So yeah, come along and enjoy some of our adventures with us, and subscribe down the bottom so I don't have to send you the link all the time. Thanks. And we're back. A great hike we had. We're going to hop back in the van now. We're going to shower up and then we're going to get back on the Blue Ridge and we're going to show you what the Great Smoky Mountains looks like on a clear day. What a difference a day can make. A pearler of a day. It is just gorgeous. So we've been very lucky to actually see the Great Smokies in two different ways, you could say. So that's a wrap from Brett and I here at the Great Smoky Mountains. Stay tuned for our next little adventure from Brett and I and John. See you next time.